case. And again, TNC forced to ban out heroes that they can't beat. So
Yeah, I mean, I just look back to, again, as far back as OG at the Frankfurt Major, you don't have to have a ridiculously wide hero pool. You just have to have a set of strats just large enough for the opponent not to be able to ban or counter them all. It really is that simple. And just to be clear, when we were having that conversation about the Lycan Darkseer, I don't have a problem with either of those heroes individually. It's just together. And now you can see TNC's left themselves a lot more option. The Sven obviously is going to be a core, but the Leshrac is probably going to be a support. So in terms of where you can put these heroes, a lot more flexibility coming out of the first phase.
Another support that also, they tried to do it with the Witch Doctor, the telegraph of the snowball. There are certain supports that can really punish that. Leshrac is a great example of that. So it's kind of okay. I'm just kind of feeling like there was 4 positions out there that TNC could have picked up, like, say, the Ogre here, that would have been able to help you kind of secure your laning phase against the roaming of the Tusk. And still give you plenty of mid to late game options as well.
Low from Matumbaman, the same open as in the previous draft. They're going to force them to deal with this Lone Druid, show them that they can beat it. I'm going to try and sell you on the Leshrac here, Cap, because I have wanted to see TNC try out this hero. I think it's very similar. It is compatible with a playstyle very similar to the way that they used the Jakiro early on in the tournament as a pushing support.
yeah, it's been compared to that. I mean, we saw IG run this exact same duo earlier today. You know what the problem was in the mid and late game for Burning? His BKB ran low and he just got absolutely trucked. So I mean, they won that game, but it was really off the back of XSS Big Enigma, which at that game, Liquid had no counter to. So I think Liquid is prepared for this strategy that's coming out of TNC. And the question is, will they take out Enigma? They did take it out in the last game's ban phase. Or are we going to see TNC kind of mirror IG strategy from earlier today?
We've talked a lot about Sven throughout this tournament. Among the many other things to like about Sven is we've seen him in kind of an initiator role as well, where he comes and fights early, is that for most heroes who initiate, the threat to follow up and kill the person you've initiated on usually comes from someone else, not directly from the initiator. And so Sven, if he has his ult up already, in that situation when it comes in, it becomes an immediate threat. And so if Liquid are going for more of a splitty type of composition, I think Sven being more active presents a bit of a different threat for them.
Very surprised that Darkseer is still on the table after the second round of bans here, especially for TNC.
Yeah, and it can... TNC may have to take it here just because it could work for Liquid quite well. It's facing into a Sven. It's another one of those heroes that just puts constant pressure in lanes while being difficult to actually catch out.
I don't think TNC want the Darkseer in the sense that it's going to be the same lane against Lone Druid again, and we saw what happened last time around. I mean, it's great against Sven, don't get me wrong. We've seen that combo a billion times, but...
I like the Tinker ban as well. The Bat Rider also, like, one of the heroes that can cause some trouble for Lone Druid early in the laning phase. And then the Tinker, which again has been another one of the key heroes of this tournament, especially for TNC. Usually a good option up against the Lone Druid and helps to hold your towers and contributes to early fights that they want to take. So I think this is a pretty key ban for Liquid up against TNC.
Okay, so more team fight coming out from TNC, and again a hero in the Sand King that is one of the 2 most picked heroes in the tournament, along with Jakiro, and a hero that can slide over into that 3 or the 4 position.
I hope they don't run into 4 position, honestly, because
yeah,
then it's the same problem that they had last time, where it's this duo that has to work together instead of having a support that just passively secures a lane. Because that's what Liquid were able to do. They had this nice combination, right, where a Coddle would secure a lane for them, but they also had the roaming power of the Tusk. Here, there was a lot of pressure, both in Game 1 and probably in Game 2, for you to make things happen as a support, as this duo. And against these dead lane heroes, it just kind of gets into you that you're like, oh, I have to make this work, but then you just naturally overextend yourself or make mistakes. I think the mobility of the off-lane Sand King that is able to catch the back line or catch some of these heroes like the Lone Druid is a little bit more viable.
Yeah, I understand. I think the point about the Darkseer versus the Lone Druid lane in the last game was a good one, but I still had hoped to see TNC take the Darkseer with that pick because I had a good feeling that Liquid was going to take it if they didn't.
a lot of control and some kind of a lane answer against the Darkseer from the Nyx Assassin, or at least to be able to kill him. I wouldn't be surprised if TNC goes for a ranged damage core this game. I think from what happened last game, I think from whether you're running, say, an OD mid that does well against a bear, potentially even a sniper, because there's so much lockdown and a frontline threat in Sven to prevent you from engaging him, and there isn't that much necessarily traditional gap close from Liquid. I think those are both viable options, and the sniper perhaps more so than the OD allows you, gives you help in fighting early on and in ganking. So I think that's a possible option for TNC.
I still like the OD a little more just because Cuckoo is just so scary on that hero. I believe 10-1 his last 11 games.
I think the nice part about the Nyx Assassin actually guards against Liquid picking it up as well, because it could fit into their lineup. OD's like a really good saving hero against these combinations, these focus damage like Sven or the combo of Sand Leshrac brings. So
and OD's
can't
annoying
really pick it now.
for a Nyx. Nyx is annoying for an OD rather.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Is that the
Phoenix
first Phoenix in this
That
tournament?
is, I believe so. That's a hero I really thought we were going to see before now, and I actually thought we might see it out of Newbee.
I'm actually very surprised to see it here, because Sunray is not going to be able to get channel whenever Nyx Assassin has a spike carapace up, which is actually one of your best defensive ability when your lone druid gets gone on. But it feels like they'll get more stuff out of the other abilities, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't think...
Medusa.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I don't think they run Miracle on Medusa, but oh man, would that be just a ruinous pick. I mean, the Nyx Assassin does give you something against the Mana Burn against her shield, but boy, that team fight combo just shuts TNC down.
I'm looking at the way to tackle the Phoenix Egg. Like, is it too YOLO for TNC to pick up something like an Ursa and just run it mid?
I think Ursa mid
And you just
against
try
a
to win in like
potential
20
Medusa?
minutes?
I think with
I mean, you still have Mana Burn against Dusa, which is definitely one of the strongest tools against her.
Yeah, well, it might not be.
I mean, I guess we wait to see what Miracle's hero would be.
That's the point.
We're dealing with the Phoenix and with the lockdown to create that damage environment for him. I think it could be a decent choice. And if they already have options for this Sven, having another melee core could be an issue as well. Depends what comes out of this mid though. And I think the ban of Ember is kind of a clue for TNC's mid. Maybe if they have an OD, they're a bit less afraid of that. I still kind of think that something in that sniper or possibly even Razor range is something that they'll be looking at for last pick.
I think you're right.
5 seconds remaining.
You know what? Interesting. They could still run mid-lone druid in a different safe lane too.
TNC's
Now, obviously, this is a hero that Miracle is tremendously comfortable on. Liquid has had their issues with the Shadow Fiend. Miracle farms so fast on this hero, and they stack so aggressively for him that it's often the case that the other Liquid cores get a little bit starved for farm around the Miracle SF.
The Shadow Fiend choice is really good here in the sense that once you get the early BKB, a lot of TNC's hero becomes obsolete until they get much better items. We're going to see the Queen of Pain coming through.
The Cuckoo Quap that in the last series just hit one of the better Sonic waves I've seen in a very long time. 5-hero Sonic wave at 16 minutes that basically just almost won the game for them.
It's going to be a bloodbath. Quap versus SF with roaming duos on both sides.
Yeah, exactly. I think that mid lane is just going to be buckle your seatbelts for the full 15 minutes. What do you think, guys?
I think TNC's support duo are a little bit greedy. Whether it's Leshrac, Sand King, or Nyx, like all of them needs quite a bit of farm. So I feel like the first 5 to 10 minutes, I think that's where Liquid will be able to strike. I'm going to go with Liquid here.
All right.
Shadow Fiend, the hero to watch, not just the pressure on him, but his itemization. Sometimes Miracle goes for a bit of a feast or famine Shadow Blade build instead of a tankier build this game. We'll see how that goes. I'm going in favor of Liquid again this game.
I don't really like the fact that they don't have something to really protect the Phoenix Egg, but I'm still going to go with Liquid.
All right. I don't see how you can watch that game 1 and not take Liquid in game 2. I think TNC has a chance here, but they're fighting an uphill battle. Let's see if they can answer back after a dominating game 1 performance by Liquid. Outdoor casters, here are Coddle Guy and Lacoste.
Thanks, Nahaz. Hello, everybody, and welcome back in. It's game number 2 of our Super Sunday Grand Final. I'm here with my man Lacoste, and we're about to bring you some more hype action as it is Liquid taking on TNC. Now, Lacoste, the panel was a bit split on this one. Both teams have kind of a mirror-matched lineup, you know, heavy fighting mid lane, traditional strong mid laners, but roaming supports on each side with some, you know, insurance in the late game. What is your personal take on the draft? What do you think?
It's going to be 3 versus 3 on mid lane.
Yeah.
About the draft, I have to disagree with what Cap said. They have a lot of things to protect the egg with. They have a good vacuum wall. They have, what is it called?
Savage Roar.
Savage Roar from the
Yeah.
Lone Druid. Also, they have an Tusk with Ice Shards. He can block those 3 melee heroes that can hit the egg.
Yeah, the majority of the TNC lineup also have a difficult time working their way in there and cracking the egg, so it's going to be super interesting. You should be happy. You were the one that was saying this whole tournament, like, Phoenix has got to be showing up. Phoenix should be showing up. Why isn't Phoenix here? Now that Phoenix is here, remind us once again why you personally feel Phoenix should have been here the whole time.
I personally love the Phoenix. I also mentioned about Liquid's Tusk a few times, but about the Phoenix, that's the hero that has problems during the first and the second level, but later on, if he gets some good kills, participate in kills, he can just dominate the lane from there. Also, the healing for the tanky heroes like Shadowfiend and Lone Druid is just insane.
The new talent also granted to Phoenix is just a huge bonus. It's like, okay, the Frog was like, we'll take away your respawn time, but let's give you something you might like better than everything else in the world. How about bonus XP?
Yeah, have a bonus XP and your natural Midas carrier, so why not? Also, level 15 talents. These 2 talents are so good. When I play Phoenix, I don't know what to go for.
It seems just like an immaculate kind of a hero, so I'm super intrigued to see how things are going to be panning out for Kuro in this particular one, as he has stepped off the Tusk, and now it's going to be GH playing the roaming Tusk. So flexibility continues to show here from Liquid's side, while they keep Matamaman on the Lone Druid once again. I'm stoked to see this is like where you really can test your mid lane potential. These are classic mid lane heroes here, Quap versus SF. For now, there's not too much outside interference, but this is really where you can find out who is a good technical mid laner.
Well, we're going to expect some rotations already. GH on the run on mid. Just want to harass him. He's level 1 Queen of Pain, so whoa.
Our one-on-one is already over. GH steps in.
He might die there.
Oh my, a rotation has to come in from 1437. He actually misses the stun! Oh no! That will lead to another first blood on Cuckoo for the 2nd game straight.
I love how players are actually running to Shrine. I guess they need to get rid of that instinct. I mean, Shrine is not ready.
Yeah. I mean, come on, they've only had 3 days, 4 days, whatever, to figure it out. So.
Yeah. I'm going nuts over this Tusk pick. Actually, half nuts.
Yeah, condolences, by the way, on that.
Not sure who will remove that and how. That's the question.
Not my job, so we won't worry about that. But the Tusk has already served so much mileage for Liquid already, and GH, I imagine, is going to be looking to make a similar impact from what happened in game number 1. That was in the hands of Kuro here. Kuro, as you can see, he is going to be currently working side by side with Matamaman. So again, Liquid kind of, they're moving around a lot, but overall it's still kind of that 2-1-2 early game for them. Bottom lane.
Tusk on bottom.
Have we cursed the Tusk this one? It looks like we may have. TNC get a good set of lockdown.
Oh, he blocks himself.
That was an awkward 180 backward shard. And they will end up bringing him down with a Stormhammer at the end of it. Lots of lockdown on this team. You're talking about 4 stuns and a Queen of Pain. So one person alone on the side of Liquid could find himself quickly disabled and trapped out. And now we're going to be back to even. And the Tusk will make his return. The Rune going to be top. Cuckoo will be able to snag that one up. Kuro here at the mid lane getting pinged out right now. Tim's going to be rotated in. I thought he was going to move forward with a Burrow Strike, but he does hold off a bit. And Kuro will be able to make it to the other side.
Well, at least they got a courier. We were saying about the GH performance on Tusk. Kuroki is so much better on it. I'm not flaming GH. GH is an amazing person and player. No, well, you'll see. You'll see. The previous game was just insane. Those Ice Shard blocks and the snowballs.
Mind control here. Obviously dancing around a bit with Tims. Tims is trying to keep him in check. as he has just totally evacuated the off lane, it looks like here. So I don't know if Liquid are going to be sending him back up there at any point or not, but this looks like a pretty free lane for Raven right now. So I guess we could see 1437 just get some solo farm with the pull camps and always be available at a rotation in need.
Yeah, Matumba Man also rotated bottom. He doesn't want to feel threatened about those 3 stun ganks. He's really vulnerable to that early game.
It's a little bit of transitioning here for Liquid, kind of having a bit of difficulty getting their legs set here, and looks like they may also hand over an early bear. No, they suck it up with a snowball. Can GH save him? Oh, he does. No, he does not.
Dies.
I forgot. The Caustic was able to connect, so Tim's will be rewarded with the 300 gold purse. That's a good chunk of money to have this early in the game on a support.
Yeah, he has enough gold for Tranquil Boots just to boost up his movement speed. The mid lane you were talking about, Cuckoo has a bottle in a stash. Miracle already has his. Rune, bottom lane.
Got it. Bounty's also coming out, going to get quickly snagged up there, but when you read the CS game right now, it is Miracle just barely inching ahead at 20-6 to the Queen of Pain 16, now 17-10. You know, this is 7.06 now. It's crazy to see now how many more denies all these players get than they used to before, now that the extra value is already there.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons that Liquid is actually picking Lone Druid, because he can dominate the lane, has an extra unit just for the denies. That 30% XP is a really big deal. Also, that hero is hard to gank. During the mid game, I'm not sure how they're gonna go into backlines against that Lone Druid. Alright, they have a Queen of Pain and maybe with a Blink Dagger on Sanking, but I'm not sure that's gonna be enough.
I would almost say the same for Liquid's side. If you look at their lineup, their initiation potential is kind of wishy-washy a bit. I mean, unless you're diving in with snowballs or diving in with your bird and dropping the egg, their way to approach a jump onto TNC is also a bit awkward. But if they play the game similar how they did in game number 1, they don't have to worry about that. They just move the game forward and wait for TNC to respond to them.
Just outnumber the enemy, get some kills, and then just take objectives, take towers.
Attention here from TNC in the bottom lane. Matama Man is trying to have his own say on this pole camp right now that TNC are trying to control here. They don't want to be giving this Lone Druid too much room to work with, but it's kind of hard to keep him in check with Kuro also nearby. Looks like our shrines are now going to be active, and already the Liquid Northern Shrine is going to be used here between both GH and Mind Control, allowing them to get back in the lane in the matchup against Sven. And now they're picking out maybe an opportunity to make the jump on the Sven here.
I don't think they should go. It's a Sven with level 6 with that extra health.
They got an Iron Shell on GH, and maybe not trying to go for a committed kill, but trying to at least force him back or chew through some regen or something. They're not going to be able to do a whole lot, it looks like, and instead GH will step off and grab up the neighboring bounty rune.
Miracle on mid with ultra defensive build. Infused Raindrop, Magic Wand, even has Fairy Fire. Really hard to take down.
There hasn't really been too many attempts to even go for the takedown of Miracle at the moment, but as I say that, 1437 has been flirting just north of the mid lane, but it looks like he's going to totally step away from that and go all the way top instead. Miracle looking to duke it out right now, dishes out the raise. Cuckoo blinks back in the time as GH was trying to snowball forward.
All right, top lane.
They go and commit it. We don't see it, but I was watching it on your screen, and it looks like they are able to get the jump and the takedown of the Darkseer. Able to turn things around. TNC now pulling ahead 2-1.
And Darkseer needs to be careful about that double stun with whatever comes when Sven is on the lane. Has ulti ready with just one more stun from Sanking, Nyx, or Lash. They can take him down really easily.
TNC have so many different little 2-man, 3-man combinations to make ganks happen. It's just ridiculous how much lockdown they have. Liquid are going to have to really think about their magic resistance or even BKBs later. It's going to get quite ridiculous.
Yeah, this is the problem I was addressing with Phoenix. He's level 3 at almost 8 minutes. Oh, he found him.
Sam H! That guy's already level 6, and with his first Vendetta, plucks the bird. Damn. 7 minutes in for TNC there, and they had a heavy dual lane to the bottom too. Top lane, Raven looking to move in, starts hammering it home onto GH, needs one more swing, will get it, ends up losing his own life though shortly after, and they're looking to make it a 2-for-1 special, but Kuro shows up, diving on in. It's going to be Tim surrounded and burned on up. It turns into a 2-for-1 advantage for Liquid instead. Good rotations.
How do you miss a stun on a stun target with Lesh?
Unfortunately for 1437, that wasn't the first time either. It's bit of a difficult time. And you know Lesh, he has that ridiculous long cast time. It's not just like stun happens. He has to raise his arms. He has to do the whole ninja motion, casting the whole thing, and then it finally comes out. It's a difficult one, but you're right. If there's a stun setup there, it's should be a little bit easier.
Yeah, that stun was as useful as when you buy a new shirt and you get those extra buttons.
Hey, those extra buttons could come in handy if they do end up ripping off, but I see what you mean. Theben, though, looking to get back on the grind right now, still has yet to adventure out to a lane here. Looks like he will possibly need to be at the assistance of top lane soon. There is a congregation here of Liquid members maybe thinking about an approach onto the Sven, but no easy openings. Meanwhile, we do see Miracle now in that phase where he's able to easily step off to the side and continue to raise down those camps every minute if he'd like.
Yeah, that's the best part, when you have a hero who can clear the waves really easily and then just to go back to forest and flash farm like Alina, Shadow Fiend. Oh, bottom lane, they might go on a Matumba man. He's out of mana.
All right, they're making the committed dive. Oh, Tim's not able to find the connection for the Burrow Strike there. The Savage Roar comes out, and now the rotations begin to come. And already they're going to get the first takedown or root. Right under the tower is going to drop Theben, and now they're looking for the follow-up of Tim's. Tim's trying to hide in the Sandstorm, is going to get spotted, but he is able to TP away at the last moment. Man, things are just not quite executing accordingly for TNC, but it looks like they may find an opening here in the mid lane. It's Raven showing up, the roaming and ganking Sven comes to play.
And they managed to take down Kuro as well. Kuro's really struggling on those levels, but that gank went like super wrong. 3 versus 1, and the Lone Druid solo kills one hero with a, let's say, lucky root.
I've been seeing a lot of those, let's say, lucky roots this series already. It's quite ridiculous. So Liquid take one, but they hand over another two. You're mentioning a simultaneous takedown, as it's going to be Kuro dropping in addition to Miracle there. Back out the other way here. See Mind Control. He's sporting a lot of cash, but he doesn't have anything slotted up, it looked like, at the moment. I don't know if he's trying to quickly burst through into that mechanism or if there's any value in committing it for something else.
Yeah, it's going to be a mech, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like he put
what
it
they
in
need, just a tank up against all those burst damage and just those stuns so they can survive those fights. Oh, they need to buy Tome of Knowledge, probably give it to Phoenix, but he doesn't have enough gold. All right, there's the gold.
And our Phoenix, I imagine, is going to be getting super close at level 6 with the benefit of the Tome too, right? Oh, he's level 4. Okay. Okay. A little bit of time before we're going to be able to see any chicken eggs out. But we do have a level 9 Cuckoo here. Sonic Wave is ready. A regen bottled up. Top lane looks like an opportunity for TNC to try to really pull themselves a bit ahead in this early game. And he is rotating all the way through the back line. Spotted out GH. Oh, he thought about it. He's trying to force out the snowball and does so. Well played, Cuckoo. And now he can move in and... Oh, he didn't get the connection with the... Oh, no! Oh, he does end up getting it with the poison, but man, what is happening with TNC?
Wow, they're missing a lot of spells.
Yeah.
That should not happen with a lineup like this. I mean, that should not happen at all, but...
Radiant's top tower is under
This is a little unnerving for TNC here. They'll have to shake off the jitters or something. The connection in this game has been quite off the mark. They will be able to score at least a tier 1 in the top lane. And technically, the Cuckoo rotation was a successful gank, but that is something to be concerned with moving forward.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin, Vendetta ran out, but he's pinging the bottom lane. They want to make a go.
Here we go. Leading out, immediate Savage Roar to send the Nyx on back. Now it's going to be Raven as he just chunks on down the bear. He wants 300 gold.
Well, sometimes it's better to kill oh, Cuckoo.
Man, almost raised up it looked like from Miracle, but he had that Invis rune conveniently for him. Any other rune and he would have been done for. Snowball to the mid lane, looking to go for Tim's. He burrow strikes closer to the tower, but they will follow up with the shards. He's trying to hide in the sandstorm. They get him with the raise, and the pullback will be there from Mind Control.
Kuroki, can they get him bottom? They know he's there.
Hiding behind the
Ah,
tower
look at Sam
here, but
H, just waiting when he dives back.
he crawls back out, but they don't quite make the commitment to move in for Kuro while they lose their mid lane tier 1 tower. Raven will totally cut things down. Liquid now pinging it out. They begin their hunt. Smoke up and migrate all the way over to TNC's side here. This could be trouble if 1437 and Raven consider lingering around. It looks like they may have been able to spot out Raven. Raven quickly tries to hide. He sells out. He's trying to quickly, frantically grab up a TP, but it's going to be too late. Ends up going down.
Sneaky play by Lesh there. He can actually get the Diabolic Edict damage on that tower just from the fog.
So he's able to help get the finish on that tier 1, but really at what cost here? It cost them their core Sven, and it now looking like a tier 1 on the bottom. But here's Cuckoo now looking to step in, him and Sam H. And now they've spotted him out. The snowball heading his way. Cuckoo's going to be able to blink the other side, and Liquid can't fully pursue here, but they will be able to get the tier 1 with that space.
What a play from GH though. He knows they can't catch him, so he just instantly blocks the space where TNC can come from.
Good zoning there from Liquid, as they're going to be allowed to easily take out that objective. The tier 1 mid and bottom pretty effortless for Liquid already. While it feels like TNC continue to have to work so hard to get anything here. Cuckoo will blink out and TP away. They got a couple of nice deep wards to TNC on the Liquid side of things, which might be able to help them with a bit of intel and maybe get some reads and some opportunities to get a jump onto any Liquid members who want to greedily farm through that jungle. But
yeah, that one on the lane is not that useful anymore. That's the ward just to take down that tier 1 tower, just to secure it. The other one is good, having the vision if they approach the mid lane.
As we see Tim's here, he is trying to save up his funds and getting a hold of that Blink Dagger to, again, be able to help set things up for the team. But he has some farming to go here. About another 1,500 gold before he'll have that one done. TNC begin to peek inside the Roche pit here and are feeling more frisky to kind of scout things out on the Liquid side.
TNC should just pressure that tier 1 tower on mid with Edict. Also Queen of Pain going for Veil of Discord. Pretty good pickup once she gets it. Pretty much everything they have is magical besides Sven and her ulti. Oh, they're gonna devour that.
Yes, they are. They will get the takedown ward right behind that tier 1. And that's going to be the end of Teben's antics from in the woods with the Edict here. Miracle hiding on the side of the lane here. Raven looks for an opening on getting a hold of the bear, but the bear will roar him off. Now Miracle begins to move in. He's got the Shadow Blade and a double damage ready to play here. They think they have the upper hand, moving in from a Matama man, but is Miracle going to unleash his fury? Here comes the Requiem, blasted on off. The right clicks begin to come out, but they may be outnumbered here. Now Kuro looking to dive in, drops down the egg, and they can't turn onto it and break it apart. So it's going to be TNC looking to evacuate. A 1-for-1 trade. TNC will be able to get their man, but how much could they end up losing for it? It's Raven now under a lot of pressure, trying to run, gets hit with the Walrus Punch, and eventually comes crashing back down. But Tim's jumps in with an epicenter, not going to get the biggest amount of damage, end up going down at the end of this one. A Sonic Wave, though, will fly forward and help him get the finish on Kuro. It's an absolute bloodbath here, and they're still looking for more. Cuckoo hides within the trees, and looks like he will slip out the other side.
Wow, that was a really massive fight. Miracle couldn't get into range for that big Requiem. All right.
GH,
what
we've
are
seen
you
this
doing?
before. He tags the shrine and thinks about man fighting here. Dishes out the Walrus Punch, and now Miracle steps on in, and that's when Cuckoo is going to have to get away. But Sam H here. Hiya! Huyo! See you later. Nice 1-2 punch from Sam H. We'll get the guy down.
Sam H is so farm. He might cause a lot of problems for Liquid in the next few minutes once he gets his Blink Dagger up.
Yeah, he has that Midas done. Needs to use it too, but after that, as you mentioned, the Blink Dagger would definitely help out his positioning quite a bit. And him and Sand King could just go across the map, Bash Brothers almost.
Well, he might not actually go for Blink Dagger. I don't know. Sand King is one that must have it. Also Sven at one time. They have Blink on Queen of Pain. I'm not sure. He might need to commit to it. Maybe just a Force Staff instead.
Tim's here in the bottom lane in a little bit of trouble here. The roll in, the uppercut. Tims will end up going down, but not before he's able to get a burrow strike off and help them get a little bit of redemption as they trade 1 for 1. Now looking to hustle and get the catch up for mind control. There's going to be the poison and the slow. He tries to dish out the surge. The urn hits him. They need more. Kuku's going to help him get the finish and cleans the plate. Now it's Kuro stepping into play. Kuku, though, very short on mana, is not going to offer anything extra. But Raven says, hey, while we're here, I'm going to dish out the Mighty God Strength, and they'll try to chunk down this tier 2 as much as possible.
Liquid should just stop fighting right now until they get the Radiance up on a Bear and maybe a BKB on a Shadowfin.
Is it feeling like Liquid are just getting a bit too distracted in the game? Is TNC doing a nice job just, you know, pulling them away from the objective they want to do, which is just farm, and be able to move on forward?
Well, right now, TNC's lineup is super strong with all those stuns, Queen of Pain ulti and the Veil of Discord on top of that. So Liquid should just try to dodge fight, maybe try to suicide the Tusk for the sake of the team so they can get the items up.
They need the BKBs, I imagine. I already saw Miracle had one queued up next. Can't really blame him. And as you said, the amount of stuns in lockdown is quite ridiculous from TNC. The magic immunity might be more than necessary here. Miracle farming through the camps, but Trouble's nearby. Sam H looking to move on in with Kuku. They're going to connect. They want to make sure he gets caught, so he just moves it with a stun immediately, and they will get him down. Miracle taken out of this one. Liquid can't respond. Good pick for TNC now as they pull ahead 14-11 and hold about a 2.5k net worth advantage. They're looking to go for a follow-up onto Kuro. The Yule's now being flexed here from Kuku.
That's a really good pickup by Kuku. He can use it to disable the Surge from the Darkseer. Also,
jumps back in for Kuro again.
He can't dive. Does he have an ulti? Yes, he
Get
does.
him! Oh! Egg plays from Kuro. I like it. But that does mean the egg's going to be down. Oh, they actually walk into the stun, and then TSC will have to back on off.
Yeah, these are the blocks I was talking about from the GH.
Reapproach now, looking to get a hold of mind control, going to be forced to pop the mechanism. Now the snowball will be there. They look to re-engage and they'll get the takedown to Lesh. Wall's going to get dropped. TNC look to fight through it. They will get mind control down. A 1-for-1 trade, and it looks like TNC have had enough. As they try to head out the other way, Miracle has TP'd into the shrine, and now Shadowblade's on in. He's looking for someone to get a hold of, and he spots out Raven.
He's not gonna get it.
Oh, the stun spots him out, and they're going to turn it right over onto Miracle and take him down. GH tries to roll in to help out, but here comes the Epi Burrow combo from TNC. It does a good amount of work, and Kuku will help get the finish onto GH. Now it's Matamaman on the run. Things going disastrous for Liquid here.
Wipe.
Woo! Kuro able to make it away, it looks like, but Matamaman not so fortunate. Triple kill for Kuku, and TNC are right back in this series.
They should just try to dodge as much fights as they can. There were 2 missed shards, which was not good for Liquid. They're not blocking the heroes, and they're dying because of it.
Was there anything to say with the fact that it was a cute play by Kuro to be able to dodge? Oh man, Raven. Oh man, he's able to make it away. A cute play to be able to dodge the Sonic Wave with the egg, but not having the egg for that fight, like how critical was it, or is it not, considering it's still just a early bird Phoenix?
Well, that's the thing. If he just died there, they wouldn't be feeding 4 other kills to Team TNC, so maybe it would have been a better choice there.
Yeah, it's really tough to say, but with the situation as it is, TNC will totally capitalize on it and now pull themselves up and ahead. Miracle brought down a couple of times now and going to be continued to delay from that BKB. This is just a great prominent window for TNC to continue to take fights and to continue moving forward. I don't see any reason for them to really pump the brakes at all.
He needs that BKB desperately for the next fight.
Looks like we are going to be having our first pause of the grand final here, coming up from the side of TNC.
Again, the guy on the TeamSpeak.
Hopefully it's not the guy, but apparently there is a voice comms problem. All right, let's look things over here as we will check out the players. I can check out your screen to see where we can evaluate things a bit further. I just saw you had Kuro slotted up. I know he unfortunately met his demise, but he's got that first level talent, which is the XP gain, and he's working towards getting hold of that Midas, but it's still quite a journey ahead. Outside of that, what else we got here? Sven with the Sange and Yasha now done. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, they're gonna have 3 Blink's daggers in the next few seconds. Sanking. Nyx went for 1 as well. Sven has enough gold. Queen of Pain with the blink spell, so that's pretty much four blinks.
Oh, Nyx did go for one as well.
Yeah.
That is crazy. So they have lots of ways to be able to just jump into action. This could be a problem for Liquid over the next like 10 minutes or so, because TNC are about to hit a really good stride.
And they have an amazing initiation, but they won't be able to blink out. There's a lot of overtime damage from Phoenix, Radiance.
So do you
It's
think
good for going in, it's bad for going out this game.
Fair enough. Do you think there's potential for Liquid if they could somehow just fend off this huge moment for TNC coming up and they can push this into the later game? I mean, TNC have a Sven too, so I feel like even their late game has potential too.
Yeah, they do. Sven, good until one point, let's say 40, 15 minutes, then kind of drops off because he gets his items really fast, and then you can buy a refresher orb, and that's pretty much it. Shard.
All right, looks like they are still... There's GH. Let's get right in his face. They're still apparently working with the voice issues. Actually, it looks like they may have been resolved now. I'm seeing the tech guy run right off the stage, so hopefully we're going to get right back into action. For those of you tuning in, I know it's got to be incredibly late or incredibly early where most of you are coming from, but thank you for tuning in. This is your grand final of the StarLadder I-League Invitational number 3. We have Liquid versus TNC, with Liquid already up one game, and that first game was quite ridiculous. A strong commanding showing. So for TNC to already kind of get the upper hand, this is a team that's not looking to tilt out fast.
Oh, nice scan coming up from Dire.
Oh boy, I think they know where Liquid are, and they are thinking about an approach to the high ground. They first drop the Ops Ward, and then they're going to make the blink up over to the bleachers above. They look to get a hold of a Miracle on one side. Right as he goes for the Requiem, they will Yules him on up. The egg going to be forced out. They actually managed to take down 1437. Miracle trying to run out the other direction. Seems like he could be free. The egg will conclude. On the other side is going to be Sam H in a bit of trouble. Forced to pop the Carapace, gets a good two-man stun, but ends up going down. Kakuku helped clean things up, jumps in with a scream, but there's the snowball. Can they get the follow-up play? It looks like he'll have to bail out. For a fight that looked like TNC had the potential for a unique surprise attack, they're the team that actually ends up losing too.
They had a nice plan there. Plant a ward uphill, but there was a sentry ward, and Nyx Assassin went in pretty much blind. So good wall, good save by the GH from that snowball. It's always hard to fight into an enemy high ground.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like Liquid are going to traverse all the way up to the top lane now and get their move on forward. How has Matamba Man's Lone Druid farm been going? He's got the Radiance done and already about 2k pocketed up inside that bank.
Yeah, he wants to go for Vlad's just to get some armor against Sven and even some later right-click damage from Queen of Pain.
They haven't really been able to make too much happen onto Matamba Man here. While they've been able to kind of keep Miracle a bit in check, this Lone Druid does continue to swell up a bit. Looks like TNC are scoping things out nearby on the Roche pit as Liquid will pull out from that top lane. But they're committed to be together on this one, and it looks like TNC are going to try to go for the behind the back play here inside the Roche pit. Doesn't look like at the moment that Liquid have the idea this is happening. No pings and no vision in the area. This one looks like a freebie.
How does Dire have a scan again?
Worthy tribute.
They used it like 2 minutes ago.
Roshan
Yeah.
has fallen to the
Time flies when you're watching
When
Dota.
the game is paused, yeah.
Yeah, when the game's paused, I guess the scan keeps going down. Someone look into that? Maybe time just got past you there. Didn't even realize how hyped the game is. TNC pull away with their Roche takedown and their Aegis and get back to their grind of farm right now.
TNC doesn't have that super late game in Sven. Queen of Pain does scale well, but she needs a lot of items. With this Aegis and when the Sven ulti is up, I'm sure they will try to take those tier 2 towers down that are left.
Here comes Tims and Sam H here. Oh, they might have spotted Miracle going to that Shadow Blade. Sam H has been trying to find somebody, but now it's Miracle stalking Tims. GH is waiting within the trees here, but TNC do not like this, so they split out the other side. Probably the better for him too. If they tried to make a jump on the Miracle there, GH would have been nearby and the rest of Liquid were in the the jungle not far.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
plus
good
he
chunky
has a
stack for
haste.
Raven.
Really hard to take down when you have a haste in a bottle. Aegis is picked up on Queen of Pain. Almost have enough damage for Shiva's guard. Just she can go in, blink, use Shiva, slow everything down, provide vision for his team if they try to attack uphill one more time, which I don't agree on. They just don't go blind into hill.
Tend to lead to unfortunate circumstances if that's the case, but here Liquid will be able to kind of equalize out the lanes a bit. Cuckoo continues to grind his way through the top lane, and I saw that Raven is going to be moving straight to a BKB himself here. All right, move in from Sam H. He uses the Radiance to get a Carapace stun on the Bear. They just took out the Bear in the top lane, and now the approach from Kuro. Looking to grab, but now the Carapace stun, it's Kuro eating a lot of damage, so he can't pursue any further. Miracle tries to fly into action next. Cuckoo's nearby, but they spotted Raven also. Both teams trying to reach for some. Okay, I see you. He moves in, goes for the right click, and Raven doesn't like that. Get the hell back here, he says. Jumps in, looks to go for the Stormhammer, and now it's going to be Cuckoo by his side. Miracle, did he regret that? Yes, he did. Was it worth it, sir? I don't think so.
Not really. Cuckoo beyond godlike, and they're a missed stun.
Whoa. Okay, still missing stuns though as TNC, but they're able to scrap together some kills here. Now moving up for GH. This Burrow not going to find connection. And actually, GH tries to TP out, but they got the Yules waiting for him, and they'll finally bring him down. Cuckoo, beyond godlike now.
Thank God Queen of Pain made that Yule Scepter. They're missing so much stuns, so they can actually cancel the TPs.
Fair enough. And this is concerning now for Liquid, and it doesn't seem to stop. They're already back into action here in the bottom lane, looking to go for Mind Control. A lead in Stormhammer, a follow-up in Pale. Mind Control super durable, though.
Yule Scepter. No mana on Queen of Pain, though.
Yeah, she's getting torched up a bit, and Mind Control's going to be able to make it away. Enough resilience between all that magic resistance and the Grease will keep him alive and well, but in the meantime, you know, the power of that little goat man is able to help chunk through the tier 2 tower in the mid lane, and they'll take it down. Only one more tier 2 remains for Liquid up at the top. Yeah. Lots of money for TNC.
Aegis is gone on Sven, so they... Okay, he already has a full BKB, so they might even go for that tier 2 tower on top, because Roshan will not spawn anytime soon, so they want to have that advantage on their side. Miracle desperately needs that BKB, though.
Yeah, he has been trying to work for this thing for 10 minutes, it feels like. Still has to get the recipe complete, but TNC continue to be 1 or 2 steps ahead as far as the items go at the moment. Top 2 net worth, our TNC, with Raven getting closer to 15K net worth. About 30 minutes in this one.
Sven just hit level 20, and with 20% evasion talent, it's gonna be hard to take him down with a Bear and Shadowfiend with those right clicks. Kuro, man, still struggling to get that Hand of Midas 30 minutes in.
I guess this is where I mean, given the circumstances of the game, and there's been so much ridiculous pressure from TNC utilizing all that stun power, you know, you can kind of see where, you know, the position 5 kind of Phoenix has that hard time getting up off his feet, or, you know, getting into flight, rather.
But at least he has a level 2 ulti now, so 8 hits. I'm not sure they can make it, especially with, let's say, 2 Savage Roars, Vacuum Wall.
Middle tower is under attack.
Looks like TNC were able to make in and take out the vision from Liquid. They dropped down a sentry, but there was no new vision dropped from TNC, so another win for them. They'll pull out, and I imagine, as you said before, get back to the push towards the top lane. They've hit a really good power peak for themselves with the BKB coming together for Sven. What about Cuckoo? What's the next pickup for... Oh, the Shiva's already done, the Yules, and the 2.5K gold in the bank. She hasn't queued anything up, but what would you like to see?
I'd like to see a defensive build. He already has Yule Scepter, but the BKB should be his next item, so they can't slow him, so he can actually hit the egg. He has a good attack speed.
Liquid.
No miss from Radiance.
Reaching in to try to go for some sort of attempt in the mid lane, but Cuckoo obviously able to blink away and make that space. Liquid as a team now just totally rushing down this mid lane and now up and through the TNC neck of the woods. A determined mission maybe to get some extra vision down or just take away all the farm from the TNC jungle.
All right, there's the BKB on Shadowfin, but there's a gem on the Nyx Assassin. So does Liquid have any wards? Yeah, they have 2 wards.
Yeah, they just dropped a super deep ward in that mid lane.
That's a good ward.
It is. It is.
But look at the Tims. He's already behind them.
He's got a
Good
DD.
position for Epi.
He's waiting. Doesn't have the backup yet, but he's hoping to maintain a little bit of vision. They spot him out. They're looking to go for immediate snowball. He burrows in. He does go down fast before the rest of the reinforcements could arrive. Miracle just pops his BKB immediately. That's his 10-second debut, too. And Sam H has been stalking him. Then Raven shows up, sees the BKBs down, and begins to go to work. That with a Sonic Wave, they will make quick work of the Shadow Fiend. Now looking to go for the follow-up. The egg is up, and they're not looking to hit it yet. Now they'll finally put their attention onto it and send it down. The follow-up damage is going to be there for TNC. The wall has been committed, but Cuckoo gets right back into action. Has to be a bit careful, a bit low, but it's Raven batting away right now onto Mind Control. But man,
Shrine is ready, man.
they move back, they tag it up. GH looks to move back into action, but he will regret it as he gets brought down right after that. Raven has to get right back in. He's been hit with the urn, losing a lot of life. The bear looks to chase him down while Mind Control on the other side dances around with the Queen of Pain. Raven's the one in trouble. Oh my god, the creep's even out for him. They'll finally burn him down with the power of the Radiance.
Oh, Tims misses a stun.
Can't quite catch Matama Man here. Cuckoo showing up now. Pops out the Shivas. Are they going to be able to get this bear? Ooh, a nice vacuum. Pull him up to the high ground with the Centaur Stomp. They will get the Tims takedown.
They need Sven to take down that Darkseer. He's regenerating too fast with Soul Ring, Guardian Greaves, and Pipe. He's staying in fights too long, just giving the extra surge to whoever's left on the side of Liquid.
Guess it's a lot for him to focus on. I mean, when they led in with that fight, they had the intention to quickly get rid of Miracle first and foremost, which they did. But then they had to put their focus onto the egg. And, you know, then by that point, you don't have a whole lot in the tank to offer to get the finish onto someone like Mind Control too, so.
Well, Sun has enough damage to take down, attack speed to take down the egg with Mask of Madness, SNY, even has Hyperstone in the stash.
Comes Liquid though. After a scrappy fight, they're not looking to stay on their side of the map. They already crossed the river here and looking to push through this top lane. They've been in a bit of trouble. Miracle gets hit with the surge. He's hungry, looking to go on in. It's going to be Tims now to defend him, and the turnaround from Raven comes out. Miracle is going to get off the Shadow Blade. Sonic Wave not going to be there, but Cuckoo is still looking for him and will get this man. Miracle goes down, and now Matama Man could be in trouble next. Mind Control right behind it, already committed the wall. It's going to be outside the fight. Carapace pops, stuns there. Mind Control so tanky though. He is going to be out of mana. The dive in that now. The epicenter from Tims hits into the heart of Liquid right now. And they're going to be forced back. Vacuum turnaround though. Tims in trouble. Tims goes down. This Radiance Bear continues to burn through TNC. Now the Savage Roar sends him back, but Tumble Man going to get Yulesed up. TNC wait for him to fall and get him down. It's going to be a 4-man takedown on Liquid's side. TNC convincingly take this fight. A double kill for Raven to conclude it.
Liquid should not try to fight when the Shadow Fiend is down. I mean, they have a gem. He can't really escape. Maybe he should just commit to buying a Force Staff and upgrade it to Pike so he can actually have some extra duration in fight, extra movement.
Maybe also just a bit overzealous in trying to take down that Goat Man too. Committing so hard to the tower. By that point, it was easy for TNC to make the call to rotate in, and they ended up taking the better fight. Now TNC are going to be able to finally get rid of that tier 2 in the top lane.
Chicken flying over Roche Pit, so they scouted it's up.
And it is going to be hand delivering the Octarine Core now for Cuckoo. And now that they know the Roche is up, why not double back that direction and begin to go to work? We'll see if they step in right away for it.
Yeah, the cooldowns are getting lower and lower for Cuckoo. What is that? Blink, 4 seconds cooldown. He can go blink in, use Yule Scepter, Shivas, get out. Veil is 13 seconds and duration is 16 seconds, so pretty much you can use Veil all the time if you have mana.
And the Octarine Core it's been interesting. So is the intention also to stack that together later on with the level 25 talent, or does that mean you can get the Shadow Poison talent instead?
Well, I'd love to see that. I never saw it, but 70% spell lifesteal is just too good, especially when you have Mjolnir.
All right, fair enough. Here comes TNC, though.
Again.
Liquid on the high ground. They have that vision. They move in. SamH gets a nice stun on the 2. The follow-up's there. Raven goes to work. Triple kill for him. My God, he just batted down Liquid. And it looks like they'll be able to get Kuro on top of it, too. They heals him up and bring him down, and that bird is toast. Only Miracle will survive. My God, you couldn't ask for a better setup from TNC.
It's a Sven with 900 damage with that double damage. Do they have a buybacks on their hero? Only Shadowfin with a buyback. This might look like 2 sets of Raxes with AC and Flash.
Now TNC going to work. The Mask of Madness is out, and they are just batting down that tier 3. No chance at all. Now looking to go for the Rax. Have TNC already secured themselves this win in a move into game number 3?
They actually might 40 seconds for Lone Druid. It's gonna be 2 sets of Raxes at least if they don't try to pick off someone from Liquid.
Man, Glyph now forced out. Miracle trying his best to split the pressure, but look who's already on his tail. Miracle might try to head back, but look who's waiting for him. Take him down. No! Oh, he gets it last second. Decides to go for the Vendetta first, but the stun will be there. Now Miracle can't even head back home. He has no mana. SamH is just gonna poke him in the back all the way there. Oh, and now Cuckoo showed up. Miracle also going to be done for.
Wow, those Yule Scepter plays,
Kill him with the
man.
Yules? I think he might have killed him with the Yules there. That is style points. All right, I like this. TNC, I mean, they got beat so bad in game number 1. And for them to be able to come back in game number 2 like this means that we are in store for a hell of a grand final. And they are just ruthless all the way to the end as they take down Mind Control as well.
All right, they might just call this game. They're going through the Roche pit. They can't really stop them, but I mean, it's a grand final. You don't want to give up, but maybe you just want to save yourself from the humiliation in this game.
20k net worth advantage about to go the direction of TNC as they take down the Roche and get another Aegis here. 3 Raxes total are taken down on the side of Liquid.
You know how you know that you're winning really hard when you have Urn of Shadows and you have 7 charges. You know it's going really well. Those charges shouldn't be higher than 2 or 3.
I usually have a lot of charges, but that's just I don't use the Urn. But yeah, that just gives an idea that they haven't needed to kind of step off and dish out all the extra regen. It's quite crazy. You don't see Liquid members smiling this time, that's for sure. TNC now like sharks in a water with their wards, covering all sides to see when any Liquid members attempt to move out as a unit. And really, that's all Liquid have left. Get a smoke, maybe move out as a group, and hope to get a huge, huge pick to pull yourselves back.
That would be a nice joke if actually Vega was playing sharks in the water. What is that? Some kind of a small dragon?
Yeah, it's like a seahorse dragon thing. I'm not really sure what the hell it is that TNC are supposed to be, but, you know, it looks more fearsome than a horse.
Every time I try to talk with you about biology,
it goes real bad.
Yeah,
we don't know anything about
the conversation ends really, really fast.
Our animal kingdom knowledge is pretty piss poor, but Dota, well, is pretty fair. Here comes TNC with the potential to go for full closure here. It's SamH stalking things out first. Kuro moves in to get that Midas up. I mean, you got a Darkseer, vacuum wall combo, high ground defense potential is somewhat there for Liquid if the stars do align, but TNC might be too small. Raven moves in and finishes off Miracle in just 3 strikes, and that's going to be an immediate buyback for him. On the other front, a move in, the egg is going to be coming out, a vacuum pullback. TNC don't even want to hit it, they want to run out the other direction and force Liquid to chew through that money for defense. They are going to get the takedown, but that's an Aegis carrying GOAT. Here comes a nice Yules. The Requiem on the return is going to be a takedown. Now Tim steps in with the epicenter. This is looking like a defense for Liquid here. Cuckoo will be able to get the Sonic Wave and the takedown of GH, but TNC have to totally pull off. Liquid will get their hold. It costs them a buyback.
Finally, Liquid pulls off a good combo. That egg into vacuum wall, ice charge. You can't run away. You need to hit it, but there's bears, there's Savage Roar, so you're actually not hitting it. Also, they really overextended there. With Miracle had to buy back though, but they lost the gem. That's a big deal.
How long do you think before TNC can give that another crack? Because I would imagine they might want to take advantage of the window where Miracle doesn't have a buyback, right?
Yeah, they will definitely try to buy gem if they have it ready and try to go in again.
We see Raven, who still has that cheese as well. He's been kind of fermenting it in his backpack right now, but it's something we could see him swap in and get almost a second boost of life if necessary here. Liquid, for the first time in a while, have been able to kind of creep out from their base and get back towards the river once again, as we see Matama Man trying to get himself back into a strong fighting shape. It is interesting to see, Matama Man doesn't really fall that far behind in net worth where Cuckoo and Raven are. 20K to Cuckoo's 22K.
Yeah, well, Matumba Man is super farmed. He has that AC finished plus a basher and almost enough gold for a buyback. Yeah, even our panelists thought it was over. They already came here, but hey, what do they know?
Liquid is gonna, have some fighting potential in this game. They may be down nearly 2 lanes, but they are not tapping out yet. Sam scouting out. This could be a possible flank onto Liquid here, but it is looking like they're going to be able to head out the other direction. Ooh, 2-man stun set up for Sam H. 2-man burrow. Follow up here from TNC. A nice start. The egg going to be forced out. Raven decides to turn around and crack the egg. They will get it. There's the vacuum wall combo. Matama Man steps in. They pop the Crimson Guard. Miracle begins to right-click and go to work as they try to focus down the Sven. Cuckoo moves in. Tims also commits in with the epicenter, but they can't quite find the targets they're looking for, and it could be Liquid getting the better end of this. Mind control with the killing spree. Turnaround Sonic Wave comes out from Cuckoo. It lands, but the damage is just not really there yet. Not without Raven, so Raven's able to move in, and he is able to secure the takedown. A triple kill is there as he gets the finish for Matama Man. Matama Man does have a buyback. Miracle.
700 damage, 4k HP on that Sven. They went all in on Sven, but he used cheese from backpack, put it in the inventory, 6 seconds cooldown, but he managed to pull it off, and he came back with a full HP.
Kuro tries to fly up and over, but goes right into his stun.
Yeah, that's a dieback plus gem loss from Kuro.
All right, TNC now strut their way right back on over to the Liquid front here. Now bulking up to nearly a 25k net worth advantage.
Yeah, Matumba Man bought back. They should just try to force a fight on bottom. 70 seconds left for Phoenix.
How much time for the buyback on Miracle? I imagine that's also still going to be on
almost
cooldown.
5 minutes.
Wow, 8 minutes now for a buyback. Feels so long when you're at this point in the game.
Raven is just a beast right now. 700 damage crits without ultimate. Daedalus finished. He sold the Mask of Madness. Doesn't need that anymore.
No reason why he should just not jump again into the base and admirably go for one person and slash him apart.
He has a buyback.
I don't think there's any reason not to. Anyone he gets a hold of is going to be going down, and they will not have a buyback. And if he gets a hold of like Miracle or Matama Man, it's pretty game-ending here. Oh, I like that pickup. It looks like Tims grabs up an Aether Lens onto his Sand King. So he has even more ways to be able to close the gap, get in and out.
That's a poor Aghanims for him.
Stun on the bear. There's the vacuum wall. Immediate BKB here from Theban. Oh, he tries to run out the other direction, and he'll end up going down.
Oh, that late turn. He could have saved him there. Or maybe if a pop a smoke, put it in a backpack, but we're talking about perfect scenarios, so...
TNC were just trying to get the hell out once they saw the wall go down. That is really one of the strong defensive holds that Liquid are holding on to. So now that that's going to go down, I don't know. Do you think TNC can go at it again with the wall on cooldown?
Yeah,
or?
There's still no buyback on Miracle for the next 3 minutes. No buyback on Bear, 5 minutes. When is Roche spawning? They can still take one fight before the Roche spawn, so I guess they're going to go for it.
Get the Roche and get right to the base, I'd imagine, has to be the game plan for TNC. If they're still hoping to work around the window of buybacks between Miracle and Matumba Man, and now with the wall on cooldown, they have to know that this is probably one of their best moments to go for closure in this game. If they're hoping to get the Roche first, though, they're going to have to wait a bit longer. Looks like it needs about 40 more seconds or so before it's going to be back up. So by then, we can probably expect the Miracle buyback to be available for the next defense.
Sadly, Queen of Pain didn't go for Shadow Strike, so that we can actually see how it works. Also, Sven sold SNY and bought Monkey King Bard. Not have mischance against Solar Crest from Tusk and also Radiance.
All right, here comes TNC. They smoke as a team.
Oh, look at the drawing on the minimap. I
And
love it.
They're looking to go for a game 2 win here with this Liquid huddled up together. See no one out there. Look how deep they're invading. They've even dropped an ops right in front of the fountain. It was spotted. It was spotted.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Oh, TNC. I think the jig is up here. They are going to be able to at least creep in and take down the racks, though, right behind the lane's back.
They're just scouting the rush. Oh, a really big timer on rush spawn. 2.5 minutes.
Oh, not great for TNC, but fantastic for Liquid to get the extra time necessary. By now, you could probably assure that maybe even the Matumbo Men buyback is going to be back at ready for the...
4 minutes. That's still a long time.
It's a little bit, but I don't see TNC really putting the pedal to the metal quite yet. They do have that heavy pressure still here in the mid lane, but bottom lane is going to have to get moved in, and top lane is also getting pushed out quite a bit. And they're overall just going to be waiting out for the Rosh. And as you already said, it's a really long timer, so this is good for Liquid if they're hoping to get everything they want for yet another high ground defense, including buybacks and the vacuum wall.
I want to see cooldowns on Queen of Pain spells. She has Arcane Rune in the bottle.
Oh, man.
Talent 3, Octarine Core.
2-second blinks. At that point, you can pretty much Shadow Strike everyone on the team without the talent. Okay, though. TNC still have to just keep tabs on the Rosh while pressuring out the mid and top lane still. And it looks like they are going to be able to still confine the space of Liquid here. Ooh.
TNC should not force a fight right now. It's really risky. Oh, he's going on Shadowfin.
Oh, he goes down. We catch the back end of it, it looks like. But the vacuum wall combo response is not going to find anybody.
He has no buyback, no gold though.
Stun in from Raven. This looks to be possibly game ending now. They are going to get the snowball from Matumbo Man, but they jump right back in for him. Matumbo Man's in trouble. I don't think he has a buyback here. They're going to help him out with the Greaves. The Sonic Wave's going to be there, and they're going to get him down for 2 minutes. It looks like TNC are going to be able to secure this one. They break the egg, and Kuro says it's over. Game number 2 belongs to TNC, and we're going to have at least a 4-game grand final.
Amazing performance by TNC, though, I must say. That lineup, from the early game, they just continued to dominate. They were choking them on the early game, and they didn't move their hands from the Liquid's neck.
It was just great to be able to see TNC bounce back like that after game number 1, too. It felt like, you know, like you were saying, like Liquid are just going to be able to get their Tusk again, and we might see a lot of the same action with the Matumbo Man follow-up pick of the Lone Druid. It was just all TNC, though.
Yeah, that Sven was just a beast, plus Cuckoo on that Queen of Pain with the build, the Yule Scepter, to help out team who can't stun.
Lots of redemption for TNC on this one. A very exciting series is about to unfold. This one's going to get super hype. Let's throw things back over to our panel, though. It's Nahaz and the gang.